Day 14 of English Transformations Quarantine English classes live every day at 9:30 a.m. Gold Coast, Australia time during this quarantine period to help out you who may have been one of my students and help out my students, whether or not. My name is Paul, and for the next 45 minutes to hour, I'm going to be teaching some grammar, some phrasal verbs and idioms, answering your questions, and correcting your errors, should you wish me to do so. So thank you for being here. We might even try and have a Skype conversation with a guest. We'll see if that works. I would love to know where you are, what time it is where you are, and anything that you would like to say. So I'm doing this a little bit for me and mainly for you because every day during these live videos, lots of students have lost their jobs and their schools are closed due to coronavirus. So they can't study and they can't work. And my school is pretty much closed too. But if that's the only thing that is bad for me, then that's too bad, right? I'm pretty healthy. My family are healthy. I don't know anyone who has got coronavirus, thankfully. But if I didn't do this, I probably would just sit on the couch and eat potato chips and watch YouTube. And instead, I'm on YouTube, sitting down. So, it's better. It's better. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kaz. How are you? Good morning or good evening, Alex, for being here. And if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, do so. But let's get straight into it, shall we? And more people will possibly join soon. But if it's only one, then I will do it live. But I would love it if you would share with your friends if they want to improve their English. There is a lot out there. Some of it's good. Some of it is average. But I think they should watch. There you go. All right. Let's have a look at this. What we're going to do today. I'm not sure, is there much more up there? Yes, there we go. Let's get rid of that. We are going to have a look at, whoa, that's horribly big. We're going to have a look at relative clauses. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. Alex, you very possibly have when you were in my house, and your good lady wife as well. But let's have a look anyway, because it came up in a bit of a question yesterday, I think, and people often make mistakes with them. So I thought I'd go through that day. Plus, I've done like 14 days. I've done a little bit of most of the topics in my class. Then, of course, there is a lot more to it. Anyway, let's look. So, as I said, we're doing relative clauses. And really, the relative clause is just a big adjective because they're used to describe things. Paul is my teacher. Is cool. Even though I'm still wearing the shirt that I slept in. Oops. Never mind. You wouldn't know that if I didn't say so. Previously, we looked at noun clauses, and they are just big nouns. And we looked at adverb clauses, and they are just big adverbs. So there's nothing really to be scared of, just a group of words which describe something to a degree. Well, let's look at what they need. If I'm going too quickly, just type stop. Or if you need me to repeat something, just let me know, and I will do so. Lots of coffee and chocolate this morning. I do this all the time, so I might go too quickly. Who knows? I might go too slowly. So let me know. Okay, so we are here. A relative, what does it need? Well, it needs a main verb. And if we don't remember what verbs are, let's have a quick look. Because maybe you were, and you don't remember. So just quickly, main verbs are past simple, present simple, and auxiliary verbs. Thank you for that thumbs up. That's very nice. More of those. That would be good. So we need one of those, right? Main verbs are those things. And our relative clause needs to have one. So the main verb. Yes, it needs a main verb. It needs a subject, pretty much. And it might not have one. And it depends. It depends on the position of the antecedent. Oh my God, antecedent. Well, I'm pretty sure a Brazilian taught me this. I was teaching the grammar and I didn't know what antecedent meant. It means the thing before. So we have a subject of the sentence, usually Paul, for example. Paul, who is my teacher, well, Paul would be the antecedent because it is before relative clause. And all of this will become more clear later on. And it says we need an antecedent. There we go. It's usually a noun immediately before the relative clause marker or the relative clause word. Cool? All right. Now, they do look, let's highlight that. Relative clauses do look very similar to noun complements. It's a type of clause. They look very similar. It was a little bit similar to Kaz's question yesterday. So if we've got this relative clause, noun complement, you can see the example sentence says, the book that I borrowed was good. And over here, the reason that he likes her is obvious. Now, there is a little bit of a difference. You can see this bold text, right? Let's change that. That bold text there. You can see that there's a little bit of a difference besides the words. I know the words are different. But in this one, in the relative clause, we've got that I borrowed. But I borrowed, it's not a complete sentence. You must borrow something. So there's something missing. But here, he likes her. Well, there's nothing missing. He likes her is an sentence. In a noun clause, after that, in this example, we need a complete idea, a complete sentence. And the relative clause, we don't. There's always something missing. We have that example too in the next one. It says, that's just wrong. It should say this. My apologies. It should say that I like. The person that I like is my wife, obviously. One of the people. And the moment, let's go here. The moment that my daughter was born was a joyous event. Well, I like is not a complete sentence. What do you like? I don't know about Portuguese. I don't know if you can say like in Japanese. I'm pretty sure you can. You just say ski. You just say like. And it makes sense to me because I study your language. In English, we can't do it. But my daughter was born. Well, that's okay. That's a complete sentence. That's the difference. They look very similar. If you're doing grammar questions, TOEIC or parts of Cambridge or something like that, this can help you. If you're doing IELTS and you are writing, it can help you too, because sometimes people make mistakes doing like this, making these sorts of mistakes. Cool. Let me show you a quick mistake. You say things like, let's get rid of that. You don't say, let's get rid of that. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Might say things like that, or like this, rather. Paul, who he is my teacher, is cool. Obviously cool. Paul, who he is my teacher, or whatever. And you make that mistake because you know he is my teacher sounds good on its own. But we need to cross it out. We need to take Paul, who is my teacher, is cool. Then this bit here is the relative clause. Cool. Thumbs up or yes if it's cool. Or a thumbs down if it's not. I have no idea. Well, actually I do. I think it's cool. Do you have any questions? Would you like to write any example sentences? If you do, then I'm going to keep going, but I'll see your comment or your sentence for error correction, and then I'll get to it. Good. All right. Fantastic. And Roxy, if you are here, let me know, because I've got 8 or so phrasal verbs just for you. Well, not just for you, but for everybody. All right, let's have a quick look at this bit. We'll go green. No, we won't go green. It looks like sick, doesn't it? Dark blue. All right. There are 5 relative because the word or the signpost that tells me or the examiner, the listener, that a relative clause might be coming. And then we've got an example, of course. Well, we've got that. Come on, pen. That, which is for people, things. Person I like is my wife. We've got which for things only. The things which I like are expensive. Sadly, phone, iPad, book, iMac down there. I like expensive things. I don't have everything expensive, but there you go. We have whose. Whose is for possession. The person whose music I like most is Yoshiki. Only very possibly Kaz will understand who that is, but that for a whole other class. If you don't know who Yoshiki is, well, that's disappointing. We have who for people, of course. The person who likes me is my wife, hopefully, if you're watching this, darling. And maybe everybody, I don't know, other people. And then we have whom. This tricks a lot of people. It is for people, but it is when it is the object of the relative. So the person whom I like is my wife. It's different. People make that mistake all the time. Anyway, cool. Do we have any questions? No? Yes? Good. Good morning, Roxy. Good morning, Roxy. Everybody say a digital good morning or a virtual good morning to Roxy. There was more here, but I've covered that. All right. This is the bit I want to look at. I quite like it. I think you should write examples using it. I really do like it. I'm very, very boring, but there you go. It's not boring, is it? Watching it. So we're looking at the position of the antecedent in relative clauses. It sounds awful. It sounds very boring, but it's not. So we've got this. The antecedent can be in. No, it says in, but I'm going to take that away. Look at the wonders. Shit. I mean, oh dear. Look at that. Oh, you son of a... You can see my mistakes. Anyway, you know there's only one N. So the antecedent can be in 3 positions. It can be... now. It can be the subject of the relative clause. So this is my example. The person who wants to own... no, I'm not answering that. Nope. That was annoying, wasn't it? Go away. Sorry about that. Phone call. Can't answer the phone at this time. The person who wants the phone is Bianca. Then we've got who wants the phone. Ooh. The person who wants the phone. The relative clause is who wants the phone. Our original sentence is the person is Bianca. Cool. I could do 2 sentences. The person is Bianca. The Bianca. Sorry. The person wants the phone. Ha ha. Yes. Fantastic, Roxy. The person who didn't answer the phone is Paul. Exactly right. Well, I did want to answer the phone, but I'm talking to you guys. So I went fantastic. That's an excellent example. Nice one. And I like your use of wanna as well. We generally write it, maybe in a text, but in language for sure. We don't speak almost anything like you at school. Another day. We'll do that another day. Now, the person is Bianca and wants the phone, right? And then I put one sentence in the other, and we end up with the person who wants. That was an H, believe it or not. The person who wants the phone is Bianca. I've put the two sentences together, both simple and one is complex, right? This one is better than these two. Cool. And if we look at the relative clause, we could replace it. It's the, right? The person wants the phone. Cool? Hopefully that makes sense. If it makes sense, let me know, or don't. Just enjoy the journey. And of course, we've got here direct object. This is a noun immediately after the verb. And the example is the phone that Bianca wants is expensive. She must be like me. And the clause comes immediately before the noun, the relative clause word, the that. The phone that Bianca wants is expensive. Now, the two original sentences would be, let's get rid of this. Cool. Come on. All right, the two original sentences would be, phone is expensive. Bianca wants the phone. Cool. And now we can see that in the relative clause, Bianca is the subject, wants is the verb, and the phone would be the object. If that disaster, wherever it is, if that disaster makes sense, who knows? So, inside the relative clause, the antecedent, which is the phone, which is immediately before the relative clause, is the direct object. Cool? Very probably you can see all of that down there. If you'd like to write your example, just let me know. Cool? And if you've got a headache, fantastic. Unless, of course, you got drunk last night. That wasn't a good idea, was it? All right. Now we've got, finally, the indirect object. It says, the school that I enrolled in is in Rabina. Now, this can be harder in tests that you said, Roxy, tests like TOE example. They test on this stuff all the time. So if you know this, you can beat the test quite easily if you know the tricks that they play. And so this one, the two original sentences could be, the school is in Rabina. I enrolled in the school, right? So that enrolled in, that I enrolled in. Well, what? I enrolled in something. I enrolled in the school. School is the antecedent. The relative clause is here. That's the main verb and the complement. As clear as mud. No? All good? Understand? Headaches? I don't know. Do we need more examples? If you've just joined us, we're doing relative clauses. And even if you haven't just joined us, we're still doing relative clauses. So here they are. The 3 different positions of the antecedent. If you do have a question, let me know. Excuse me, because we're going to bring on relatively quickly. Who was that? Really want to know who called me. All right. I'll come back to it. If you write your question, I can easily come back to it. There. Am I going to need that? Who knows? All right. Let's go here. Now it is oh, look at that. Heart, a thumbs up. Beautiful. Phrasal verbs. Let's have a go at some of those. Well, let's not do phrasal verbs right yet. Let's do, does indirect object need a preposition? Yeah, it means that there is a preposition beforehand. Like enroll in a school. Cool. That is what it means to be an indirect object. It's not directly next to the verb. There's something in between it. Between the verb and the object. Cool? All right. Good evening, Andrew. How are you? Cool. Now we're going to do phrasal verbs. They are here. Where is the first one? Got quite a lot. All right. We'll go this. I don't know if we did today or something similar, but we've got catch up with. Let's answer Roxy's question. Sorry. Multiple things going on. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that. All right. Why is it not the school in Brisbane is the one I enrolled in? Totally fine. That's me with a little bit more hair than I actually have. But the Brisbane is the one that I enrolled in. Fantastic. You could say that. There are many ways we can say it. Well done, Roxy. 1,000,000 points for you. I just chose a different way. Let's get a horrible picture of me. Not as good as the real thing. All right, we'll get back to where was I? And I will answer the question you asked them. Catch. Because it might have been Andrew. I don't know if it was you, mate. But somebody said, catch you up. But it's catch up with. And it means meet up with someone after a long-ish, not wish. I mean, oh dear. Time and discuss what each other has been doing. So if you catch up with someone, you meet them maybe for a coffee and you talk about each other's lives. That's all it is. And you can always try double or triple your vocabulary quite quickly, because catch up with someone, or would you like to catch up? Well, okay, that's a verb. But okay, we should have a catch up. We should have a catch up. Well, now this one is not a verb, is it? It's a noun, but oftentimes verbs can be nouns. We should have a catch up. We should catch up. One is a verb, one has a noun. So you can try. You got to ask your teacher, or ask me, or look at a dictionary, or ask Siri, or whatever. You can oftentimes get more vocabulary and a range of language by thinking, can this verb be a noun? And if it can I change the way I speak or write, just like we do here? Cool. Roxy, good. I'm glad it makes sense. Let's go there, get away, get rid of catch up. Fantastic, fantastic. If you joined us for being here, now we're doing phrasal verbs for everybody, but thank you to Roxy's comment in my line. At the beginning of the video, and for the last 25 minutes, we've been looking at relative clauses. So if you've just joined us, it would be great that you go back and watch that at a later date. Or don't. It's not a demand. We got here, come across. Now, there are a couple of meanings to this as well. And it's part of, let's say, a special type of verb. But this come across finds something unexpectedly. So I might say, I was in the attic, the room in a top of, in the attic, looking for my suitcase. Obviously a big attic suitcase. Looking for my suitcase. When I came across some old photos. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I wasn't looking for the photo. I found them by accident. So I would use come across. Cool. Yes, Paul. Cool. Go here. Go. Done. But come across. No, we do come across as. So come across as. It's very similar, right? But it's just got as in there. And this is appears or seems to be like. Could say you or I. We use I because it's me. Apparently, I come across as being quite miserable, strict, and not much fun. Fuck, that's miserable, isn't it? But apparently true. In school, people would say, before I joined your class, I saw you all the way. I thought you were just really miserable. Then I joined your class and realized you were sarcastic and quite funny. But that was true. Now, I don't need to use being, but come across as miserable, come across as strict. It might not be true. It might be true. You come across as a dick, or you act stupid and people think you are a bit of a knob, but really you might be okay. I don't know. Maybe just a serious look on your face like that. And people don't know you. But when they get to know you, you are cool and funny, just like me. Or not. Who am I to say? So that was come across and come across as. Let's have a look at this example. Alex, I was watching some videos on YouTube when I come across the quarantine class. All right, fantastic. But when I came across, because was watching, came, past. A few days ago, we did about when, and the fundamental, the basic rule of tenses: past, present, future. So that's why. Fantastic. I love it when you make mistakes like mistake. Thank you, Alexander. All right, what's next? Come across, come across, come across. All right, good. We've now got cut down or cut back on. Cut down and cut back on means reduce. So I could say, I need to cut down on the amount of crisps I am eating. I love crisps or potato chips, as you say in Australia or America or anywhere else. That's wrong. It's crisps. It is English that you're learning. I am being sarcastic, of course. But I say crisps. I've started saying chips, and I hate myself every time I do. But cut down on. I eat too many. I should eat potato chips. Cool. Maybe you're drinking beer. During this quarantine, it's very, very easy. If I have beer in my house, I will drink. So I can't go and buy any. I had to cut down on. Not completely finish it, just cut down on. Cool? So it means reduce your consumption. Maybe your hours at work. Maybe you're working too much. Probably now during Corona, unless you're a nurse and you're doing a fantastic job, obviously. But that might be reduce the number of hours. How much money you're spending. I don't know. So reduce and cut down or cut back on. Don't forget you can write your examples if you wish, and I will do them. Now, cut something out. This is a little bit different. It's a bit more extreme than cut down on. It doesn't have to be about eating, but I'm going to do this. Let's have a look. What's his question? I really need to cut down on the crisps I am eating. It is that I am eating. I am eating crisps. Could say that, a reduced one. Eagle eye Kaz. Well done. All right, cut something out. It basically means stop it, right? Stop eating something, maybe for a long time. I need to cut what? Crisps, I suppose. Crisps and beer out of my diet for a while, not forever. So I'll stop eating them completely for a while, probably and then I'll start eating them again in the morning. Cool. Something out. Cut down on, just lower the intake, just lower. Cut something out, stop for a while. And even more. But sorry. We've cut something out. I could also say cut it out. Cut it out. If I just say that to my kids, cut it out, that means stop. Stop what you are doing. Usually if they're fighting or arguing or something, I just say, cut it out. And that means stop, which basically means quit, right? Stop what you're doing. Just a little extra freebie in the freebie. Good. Hope you're writing all of these down, Roxy, and everybody else. An even more extreme could be something up. So we have a thing called Lent. It's a little bit of a religious time. I'm not very familiar with it because I'm not very religious. If you are, you can tell us. But we give up some food for 40 days, and that means we quit it, right? A friend of mine smokes, and he quits smoking quite regularly, so I don't know if it's quit, really. But if you give something up, you quit. Cool? So I hate, or not learning much Chinese, even though I'm trying hard. I might give it up. Cool. I'm not learning much Chinese, even though I'm trying hard. I think I might give it up. I think I might quit. Cool. Ha ha ha. Ian. No, not Ian. Very possibly. No, not Ian. Another one. Roxy. Fantastic. All right. And give something. Give it up. I'd love to hear this. Give it up. It's what you see you hear stars do at people introducing somebody, and they want the audience to give a big round of applause. They start clapping and cheering. They say, give it up for the Foo Fighters or whatever. I'd love to say, give it up for Paul Collins, and Ed goes crazy throwing roses underwear on the stage for me. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. So if they give it up for Paul and everyone gives a thumbs up, that'd be nice. Otherwise, I might cry. I'm not going to cry on camera. Off camera, on my own. Where are we? So that was quit. Got a couple more. I think we might have 4 more. Get along with. You know, the nice and easy ones, but ones that we use all the time. Add them into your language. So get along with or get on means be friendly. So I'm going to choose. I'll choose Rob. My bromance. Rob and I get along. Now this is a little change. Bit of an idiom for well at the same time. You are lucky. Like a house on fire. Rob and I get along like a house on fire. Now, does that mean we get on really well or we hate each other? Because letting it on fire is not very good. What's that say? You shouldn't give the program up that you've been working on so hard. No, I shouldn't. I actually haven't been working very hard on studying Chinese, Roxy, I'm afraid. Probably should do it a little bit more. And then I might learn more. It's all my fault. But I will not give up. Thank you for the motivation, Roxy. Rob and I get along like a house on fire. This means we get along really well. To get on like on fire means get along or get on really well. And that's cool. There we go. Jennifer Caro. Good. If you want to learn English, never give you up. Not really. Not really. Let's get rid of that sentence. Cool. So where you've put never give you up, it's just never give up. If you want to learn English, never give up. Cool? Not never give you. What I would love for you to do, if you're going to do any homework, this is your, because I don't think I can show it. Ooh. I can try, but I'm not sure how. Go to YouTube after this for Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Rick Astley, never gonna give you up. I'm not gonna sing it now, but you will love it. Cool? Never going to give you up. That's your homework. Practice some phrasal verbs. Good stuff. All right, I'll find out how to play a video in here, in a video, and then we'll have a look. Good. All right. Now that's cool. You might get on with people, but you're not always friends forever. Maybe you are, but there might be a period where you are not those people. And so if that happens, you might fall out. You might fall out with somebody, and that means you are no longer friends with them. Stop being friends with someone. Fall out. And usually we say in the usually it's in the perfect tense because it's happened recently, right? So I don't want to see him or her at the moment as meaning because that we saw a few lessons ago. Look how it's all tied together. God, I'm a genius. At the moment, as we have, that's an E. Good God, Paul. Fallen out. We went out. It means we are no longer cool. Yes, Paul. Or I could say, as a noun, we have had a falling out. That would be cool too. Noun, verb, done. Any questions? Any examples or questions is cool. I will be sure to answer all of them. A couple more. Good God. I like this one. Idiom. Idiom. Idioms. Not idiots. So those were your phrasal verbs. Have a look again. Write some examples. Go and watch Rick Astley Gonna Give You Up. It's by far one of the best songs from England you will ever hear. And now we've got to have a whale of a time. Look at that. There's a whale. There's a whale there and like a hat or, it looks like he's having fun. It means to have an enjoyable time. Whoops. I had a whale of a time at your party yesterday. Right? It means a lot of fun. You really enjoyed it. I mean, whales are big, aren't they? So it means a big time. If you had a little bit of fun, don't say an ant of a time. That's just a whale of a time means a really enjoyable time. You should go to London for your next holiday. Not right now, but when things are better. You should go to London for holiday. You will have a whale of a time. Everything will be fun and enjoyable. Well, studying with Paul live at 9 every day, I have a whale. Might be your example. A way of saying how happy you are, an enjoyable time. But if you had over time, if you had a real time and it was a lot of fun, you could say, Roxy. What did you say? I thought you were going to draw a whale. Thank God. Thank God I didn't. No, I didn't, so I will draw the moon instead. There you go. That's the moon. And you can be over it. See, when they're happy. Over. He looks happy. Can't lie. I was over the moon when Roxy said she liked my drawing. Bugger. On the moon when Roxy said she liked my drawing. There you go. Were. Bingo, Andrew. Were. Well done. Little Prince. Not sure. Little Prince, me or him? Jennifer, good. Glad you're liking it. Roxy, no way what? You like it, and I know you like my drawing. All right. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of over. Bye over. Oh, good God. There we go. Your class always gives me having a whale of a time. Not quite my friend so much for your example, but it would be I always have a whale of a time during your class. Let's say classes. Cool. I always have a whale of a time. Or if it's about the future and somewhere you can go, hey, Paul, you should come to Tokyo. We'll go to karaoke. We will have a whale of a time. We'll have a time. Cool. Not give someone having a whale of a time. You might give someone a whale of a time or show someone a whale of a time. You could say that. Cool. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you for joined us. If you have done, watch the class when it is posted. It's about relative clauses at the beginning. You will have a whale of a time watching it. And now, idioms. So over the moon was to be really happy. Then you are not happy. The opposite of being really happy could be really angry. Sad, yes, but let's look at angry. And one way to say be very angry is make my blood boil. Cool. Rude people make my blood. I guess if your blood was boiling, you'd be really red. Steam would be coming out of your ears, just like boiling water. So makes my blood boil means make me very. People who don't pay their rent or leave and you leave Australia and they don't pay for the car that you sold them, they make you boil. It's really angry. You can see it. What makes you angry? Type it in the comments. Or don't, but what makes you angry? What makes your blood boil? Maybe rude, sarcastic English teachers make your blood. Who knows? I doubt it. And another way, there are lots of ways of saying angry. I did this last night. I wasn't angry, but no doubt later on during today I will be angry. COVID-19 makes Roxy's blood boil. Hopefully not lit. I guess maybe. Now, I might be wrong and have a very different idea to you, but the government's incompetence makes my blood boil, and all of the self-serving politicians and international agencies make my blood boil. Health organization, corrupt. Most government agencies, corrupt. They are not doing things to look after you. They're doing things to look after themselves. Anyway, my public announcement is, whether you agree with me or not, I don't know, and I don't. Makes my blood boil, makes me very angry. This one is pretty common. Drives me up the wall, drives round the bend, or drives me round the twist, or drives me crazy. These things just mean that something annoys you. Now, difference might be that a lower level student would know that annoys, right? You know annoy. Maybe pre-intermediate or intermediate. The grammar is all the same. So I could say Paul is annoying me. That would be very strange because I am Paul, so I shouldn't annoy myself. Paul is annoying me, but that's present continuous. It's relatively simple vocabulary. But if somebody, Paul is driving me the wall, that's the same meaning. It's the same grammar. It's just different vocabulary. But the person who says this one would have probably English than the person who says this one. So, you know, you all have relatively good grammar. I know because I've communicated with a lot of you. The vocabulary is the difference. So you should be to learn lots of vocabulary and make videos and maybe another live about how you can do that. I should have started some time ago, shouldn't I? Like 10 years ago would have been a good idea. Let's go away with that. Let's go here. Let's go there. Andrew, thank you so much. For example, when athletic. All right, this is all. Now, what you can do is you need to start with a capital letter because it drives me mental if you don't have a capital letter to start a sentence. Absolutely mental. Drives me mad. I'm half joking, but use a capital letter. When I love you. I say that in a loving way. When soccer team Atletico Nacional, put a comma before after that. It makes it even better. It's called a appositive is the silly grammar name that teachers will use, the appositive. Just know that if you do that, when my soccer team, which is called Atletico Nacional, take out which is, like this is great. For people like me who are weird of grammar so much and teaching English, this is really cool. When my soccer team, Atletico Nacional, loses many games, it makes me very, very angry. All right, makes me very, very angry. Well, let's take out that. Good. I love it. It's very good. It makes my blood boil. Just to be different, just to do the thing. Yeah. Either way, very cool. Me too. My soccer team, football team, Tottenham Hotspur, is boiling all the time, mate. Anyway, nice sentence, buddy. Well done. Fantastic. Thank you for the example. And we've got the last one is hit the roof. Now, we do also have hit the ceiling. That's awful. Good God. No worries. Hit the ceiling. That's the thing, the top of your room. And the roof is your house. So I guess hit the roof is even more angry. It's to get very angry, like quickly, like a rocket taking off. So not that rockets taking off get angry. My daughters might say, quick, we should put out away right now. Or let's not use should. Let's use had better. From when we did that just a few classes ago. So if you don't remember, go back and watch other classes. Quick, we had better put our toys away right now. Or else, Dad will hit the roof. probably they wouldn't say that because they are 5 and 8, and they probably don't know that. There you go. But they might. Who knows? Cool. Hit the roof means get very, very angry quite suddenly. How about writing a or two? Write an example or ask me a question or something like that. Would be really, really cool. Who's that? Bear with me. Anyone wants that? If you want a chat right now, a live, proper question and answer, I'll put Skype ID in there and you can try and Skype me and we can have a conversation. You can actually ask me a question face to face, and that would be cool. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. I appreciate that it might be embarrassing, but it would be bloody cool if you'd like to do that. Don't have to be long. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's answer Roxy's question. So much, Roxy. If I didn't have questions here, I don't know what I'd do. Twiddle my thumbs. Does blood boil mean that someone has full of passion to do something as well? No, it doesn't. To make somebody's blood boil just means that they are angry. So you may hot-blooded is good. Passionate is good. Maybe you could say it gets, that's an S, but it gets my blood pumping. You could say that, because if you're excited to do something, the blood is surging through your veins. Maybe you could do that. Not blood boiling. Studying Chinese really gets my boiling. No. Well, yes, because it makes me angry, but it doesn't mean I'm passionate to do something like painting. Oh, my blood boils when I paint. Well, stop doing it then. So no, it really mean that. But fantastic question. If you've got, like I said, if you've got a question or you want to, I don't know why I keep asking. If you have a question or a comment to fix it, I'd love to answer your questions. And look, we could Skype with you live. That would be cool. I don't know where I am. Why is that? That shouldn't happen. Haha, done it completely wrong. Oh, there we go. Fantastic, Rocks. Thank you so much. What's that? There's another one. Well, maybe do that right now, my friend. That might take a while. I will need to create a Skype account to start a conversation in English. Well, go and start a account and we can have a conversation in English. We can get online, you can talk to me, you can show off to the world or to the 9 or 10 people who are watching right now. And we can do that. I'd love to do that. Why not? It's free English. All right. If there is not, thank you so much for your time. So today we looked at relative clauses, the different types and how to make them just briefly over about 20-25 minutes. Then we looked at 4 phrasal verbs and 4 idiomatic expressions. I'm quite happy with today. In fact, I'm over the moon. So please join me tomorrow at 9:30. I'd love it if you could share this with your friends, like it, subscribe, do whatever you have to do, because that will help me reach more people, and I will be over the moon if you do. I'm very happy. I want to reach 10 million people. I want to help 10 million people improve their English. Now, I probably should have started 10 years ago, but the best time was yesterday. The second best time is now. You doing that to piss me off. Catch you up tomorrow. Catch you catch you tomorrow or catch up tomorrow. I love you, Roxy. Bye-bye. Thank you again for your classes. You are very, very welcome, my friend. Like I said, the way you can repay me is, but while millions of dollars would be nice, failing that, like, subscribe, tell your friends, get them on here. That'll be after this, Alex. Link coming so you can download your book. Sorry. Take it easy, guys. Have a great evening or a great day, no matter where you might be. Stay safe. See you next time.